Hello, everybody. Welcome to Control City Freak. My name is Todd, and this is the YouTube channel where we talk about interstate highways and the places they are signed to go to. All right, today we are going to be talking about I-27, another Texas-only interstate, our third one that we've had. It just goes from Amarillo to Lubbock. Probably doesn't get a ton of traffic because it dead ends in Lubbock and does not connect to the interstate highway system down there, although there are a number of U.S. highways and expressways down there to continue further south or whatever direction you're going. There is some big news regarding I-27. It is likely to become a lot longer than it currently is, as it is slated to be extended as part of the Ports to Plains corridor. So it should be extending south to Laredo and extending north to Colorado, probably to Lyman. Hopefully they don't ever have Lyman as a control city on I-27. This video, though, is only going to talk about I-27 in its current form. I should also note that I-27 is known as the Marshall Formby Memorial Highway. I don't know who Marshall Formby is. I'm sure he's a great guy. But since I-27 is the only interstate that goes to Lubbock, home of Texas Tech University, I personally would not be opposed if they were to change its name to the Patrick Mahomes Highway. So let's first talk about Southbound 27. We usually do northbound. Why is southbound? Well, because that's the part of I-27 that I've seen. We have in downtown Amarillo a sign for South 27, West 60 and 80, South 87. They want you to stay in the left lanes for those, and in the right lane, 40 and South 287, Taylor Street straight ahead. This road merges into a freeway with another surface street in downtown Amarillo. And we end up with this little freeway here that's not quite I-27 yet, but it basically is. So we are signed for South 27 and these two U.S. highways for Canyon and Lubbock. Let's take a look on I-40. On I-40, eastbound I-40 is signed for Oklahoma City and Fort Worth, which is kind of cool. They're signing control city destinations for both roads. So a lot of the time you only see the interstate control city signed, but here we're getting the interstate and the U.S. highway because 287 goes to Fort Worth, 40 goes to Oklahoma City. Shortly after the intersection with I-40, you have this exit here for 34th Avenue and to get you back onto Taylor Street. Personally, this is actually as far on I-27 as I've ever been. I just drove on I-27 for a mile south of 40 once just for the sake of being on 27, because I'm a nerd like that. And 27, 60, 87 are signed for Canyon and Lubbock. Why Canyon? That is because that is where 60 and 87 leave 27. So we see here 87, 60 both going to Canyon and Hereford, 27 going on south to Lubbock. It was hard to find too many of these mileage signs on 27 because the exits are a little too frequent. Like a lot of roads in Texas, you've got a frontage road and a whole lot of slip ramps. So that means a whole lot of exits. So here we've got Tulia 12, Plainview 38, Lubbock 85. After we pass Plainview, Abernathy, Lubbock. You can see there's not too much major developments on this road. And this is the outskirts of Lubbock. 289 is the loop that goes around Lubbock. After passing downtown Lubbock, we are now signed South 87 and 27 for Tahoka. And I was today years old when I'd first heard of Tahoka, so I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably not a great control city here. You'd probably go with Midland. I know 87 doesn't actually go to Midland, but that's the next major city going down this direction, so it seems like that'd be a good choice. Yeah, as we can see on the next exits, it's just signed for South 87. And not for I-27. All right, let's look at northbound I-27. This is what northbound US 87 looks like approaching I-27, and it's just signed North Lubbock because, again, we are south of downtown Lubbock here. And we can also see on the frontage road that North 27 is signed for Lubbock, and also that they don't sign 27 south from here only 87 to Tahoka, which is more correct than signing 27 before. However, there's also a flyover ramp directly from East Loop 289 that you do not have to get to frontage road to access. And on that one, it is 27 North Lubbock and Amarillo. So Amarillo gets a dual sign here. Here we have downtown Lubbock. Pass pretty close to downtown Lubbock. It'll soon be in our rear view mirror. And north of downtown, of course, it is only North 27 Amarillo. A little bit out of town, we've got Hale Center 3, Plainview 16, Amarillo 92, good sign. Tulia 18, Amarillo 70, similar as before, only 2 cities now. Now we get 3 cities again, Happy, Canyon, and Amarillo. And this is kind of interesting, right before you get into Amarillo. It's a bad picture, but this is zoomed in from I-27 northbound. I just saw this on Google Maps. It's signed as the Ozymandias of Amarillo, or Ozymandias of the Plains, and the Legs of Amarillo. So let's drive a little closer. Here's what it is. Kind of cool, just a random sculpture in the middle of nowhere, a few miles south of Amarillo. Reference to the Ozymandias Shelley poem, so I dug that. I thought it was pretty cool to see that out there. A lot going on in this sign. I feel like it would be hard to read this sign at speed with so many control cities listed on here. I'd clean this up a bit. I'd get rid of Dumas and Pampa because those aren't really helpful for out-of-town drivers anyway. Those are small places. Nobody knows where it is. Just leave downtown there because we're going to downtown Amarillo. And on 40, I'd get rid of Fort Worth there because if you're going to Fort Worth, you would have exited earlier than this most likely anyway. But this is essentially the end of I-27. We do get an actual proper 27N sign on the north side of 27. I also think this bridge is really cool, this Amarillo Bridge here. A little further ahead on this mini freeway, we get the split of 87, 287, and 60 as they go into town to be surface streets through downtown Amarillo. Thank you so much for watching, Control City Freak. I hope you enjoyed our brief trip on I-27 through the Texas Panhandle, and I will see you soon for I-29. Please like and subscribe. Thanks so much. Keep on trucking.